Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's KP. On the phone, I have a lovely, lovely drummer. Her name is Meredith Henderson from the band Victims. Meredith, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing pretty well as well. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into this interview. For starters, who is Victims, and where are you guys from?
Victims is I'm going to say a groove metal band from Streamwood, Illinois. For people who have no idea where Streamwood is, it's right by Elgin and Schaumburg. I feel like those are bigger suburbs to kind of give you a good reference to where we are. But it's kind of just like a small town, so no one really knows it.
Okay, who's all in the band?
It's me. It's John Mataloni. He's the vocalist. Zach Wanders is the bassist. Anthony Williams is the lead guitarist, and Abraham Rigolato is the rhythm guitarist.
Wonderful. We'll get all the introductions out of the way here. When and how did you get started in the band?
We started in 2013. We used to be under a different name, Devil for Me, which was an embarrassment. So I'm really glad we're not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually had past members. We had Nico Brewer, and then we had John Pinknard and Kevin Johnson, and they were all in that band. But they're not with us anymore. So we are like a post-hardcore band. It was like Escape the Fate kind of feel. So I would say this band is a lot different and just a lot more mature when it comes to the sound and just overall just better.
Right, a nice evolution. When did this change over to Victims?
We changed it over in August of 2013, and we didn't really get started on our Sickness Volume 1 back then. We started that of May of 2014, but we released a single called Perception of a Cold Heart featuring Ben Keller, ex-vocalist of Villains. And then we released Left Behind featuring Tyler Denon of Sworn In in, I want to say, December or October. It's one of the two. But those two songs were a lot different than the Devil for Me EP, which we've deleted from the internet so no one can find it.
I feel like a lot of bands do that nowadays, but you got to start somewhere. And like you said, you've changed into Victims, and you guys have this awesome sound going for you now. And you got some big names on some of your songs there too. Like you said, you got from Villains, Youth Forever, and Sworn In. So that's pretty cool. How long have you yourself been playing drums?
I've been playing drums for about 5 years. And how that started, I used to play bass it was Anthony and I's old band. I think we were called back then Sabotage, but I used to play bass and do vocals, and we used to cover like Smells Like Teen Spirit and just one of those cover bands.
Right.
But one day, Rock Band came out, I think in like 2008, and we started playing that a lot, and I used to want to play the drums because I can keep time pretty well. And it just came naturally. I'm like, well, I want to play drums because this bass thing just isn't working out for me. So I eventually replaced our drummer, Nick, and he switched over to bass. And ever since then, I don't know, I've been like self-taught. I didn't learn from anybody. Everyone has a lot to learn when it comes to drums. But I would say from learning from Rock Band, that's pretty cool, like a video game.
Right. No, I think I started off on Guitar Hero. That's how I got into music. But, video games are sweet.
Yes.
So there's probably a few tech nerds out there that want to know, what kind of drums do you use, cymbals, that kind of stuff, and why?
I use Sabian cymbals primarily. I mean, I've used, like, Meinl Soundcasters, and I've used, like, Zildjian A-Customs. But I really like Sabian just because their sound is bright and loud, but not too bright. It's like, I don't know, I use Dark Crashes, and they have a nice undertone to it. so I don't really like that loud of cymbals where I'm going deaf.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like those. And then I use 2 drum sets. I use a D-drum Dominion maple kit for live shows,
Mm-hmm.
and then I use a Thomas Star Classic full Babinga shells for like practice. I don't like to bring that kit anywhere because if it gets ruined, it's pretty expensive.
Right.
So I just like to leave it in one spot and just take my other kit. It's a white sparkle, and it works out great. I love maple. Maplewood is great for live sound, I think, because it's easier to tune.
Mm-hmm.
And Babinga, just very, like, sturdy sound and, I don't know, very deep sound. I like the sound of Babinga, but very hard to tune compared to maple. So, because the plies are, there's more plies.
Right, I got you. Drums are expensive to begin with, so I understand.
Yes.
Moving along, you guys just released a new song called Subdued on Chugcore. What has been the response to this song so far?
So far, the response has been pretty good. When we first released it, we had like 4 negative comments, and I was like, "Damn, nobody's gonna like the song." I was disappointed, but then I posted on Facebook, and as the days went on, like maybe 3 days in, we had like 12K like combined views with Facebook and Chugcore's YouTube channel, and the response was actually really good, and everyone wanted it to be up for download and stuff like that. So that surprised me because at first I was like, I worked on this video and nobody likes it. I was a little disappointed, but now I'm pretty happy with the response overall. It looks like people are really excited for our new music, so that's cool.
Well, right. I mean, this is correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first official release for a music video, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, 1, it looks good. 2, it sounds good. And 3, there's always going to be those people out there that have something to say even though they don't know what they're talking about. So that's always going to happen no matter what.
Oh, boy, do I know that. I know it was just like the first comment, so it's like...
Right, just the initial response.
That's what
I got
I'm
you.
looking at.
Yeah. So that was released. Can fans expect more music this year in 2017?
Yes. We're wrapping up our album with Sam Botner. We also tracked with our good friend Eric Stacy at Dark Lord Recordings. So if anyone needs like tracking, either go to Sam or Eric, both in the Chicagoland area. Excellent people. Just the vibes are always great. So I would recommend them to anybody. Even recording rap music, they could do it all. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're wrapping up a 13-track album, and news on that will be coming up next month, actually. The release date, release show, all of that. We have that all planned, new merch, stuff like that, so I'm excited. Hopefully people really like the release. If they don't, they don't. But regardless, we put a lot of work into this, so I'm excited to just release it into the world.
Right, you guys are probably really proud of this, and I'm excited for it as a fan of the band myself. So that's February that these guys are going to release this information about that. So I'm really excited for that. Just something random here. What's one thing many people might not know about you or the band?
I'm pretty... If you have me on social media, you know a lot about me as it is. So I don't know if there's anything you wouldn't know about me. Maybe I'm a Patriots fan. I'm also a Bears fan. People say you can't be both, but I don't care what people say in that aspect.
Right.
Patriots are playing today, and I want them to beat the Steelers.
Oh, so
and
you're talking...
hopefully they go to the Super Bowl.
So you're talking about my side of the East Coast here, Pittsburgh Steelers here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. They'll be mad at me, but
no, I'm not mad. It's okay.
But as for the band, I don't really know. Our vocalist likes to play League of Legends. Maybe that's something people didn't know. So I'll drop a name and follow him or whatever you do on that game. I'm so out of touch, so don't listen to me.
Me too. That's okay. One more question here. Is there anything you'd like to say to fans before we wrap everything up?
Yes. if you like Sickness Volume 1, you'll definitely like this new album as it's more matured, more complex, and I would say more aggressive overall. So if you enjoyed that part of the album, you'll definitely enjoy this one.
Well, thank you very much, Meredith, for all your time here. I'm going to be talking to you here in a little bit off air. That's Meredith Henderson, the drummer for the band Victims. She also does a very nice job at photography and videography, so if you need any of that kind of stuff, you can hit her up for that. Thanks for checking out the video, and make sure you check out Victims. We got some more announcements from them coming in February for 2017. See you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. I had a lot of fun talking to Meredith. We talked a little bit off air. It was cool. We share a similar interest in photography, videography. Clearly, it's what I'm doing here. It's fun. I love doing it. I like interviewing bands. So if you're in a band and you might want to be interviewed, go ahead and shoot me a message, tweet at me, do whatever. I have my personal links down below for Facebook, Twitter. If you want to follow me, it's at KevinXPowell on Instagram, Snapchat, all that good stuff, whatever you want to do. Real quick plug, I'm in a band. I yell in a band called Swallowed Alive. We're working on new music right now, so get ready for that. If you like Carnifex or the Acacia Strain or Black Tongue, it's that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So go ahead and subscribe to me if you're not already, and thanks for checking out the video.